So right now, the average American is shelling out $748 a month just to drive a car. You heard that right. Almost $750 every single month, and that number just hit an all-time record. But what if we told you that Tesla is working on a brand new vehicle that could cost as little as $12,749 after incentives? We're talking about the Tesla Model 2, a compact electric vehicle built using revolutionary manufacturing technology that Elon Musk says will slash production costs by a jaw-dropping 50%. If Tesla pulls this off, it could completely change the game for millions of Americans trapped in crushing car payments they can barely afford. But how is Tesla planning to build a car this cheap? What kind of technology are they using to cut costs in half? And is this price tag even real? Or is it just another internet rumor that's too good to be true? Find out now. Welcome to the Visionary Vault. As Elon Musk once said, we need to make cars that people can actually afford. That's the whole point. And today, we're going to break down exactly how Tesla plans to do just that. Why are car payments so out of control? Before we talk about the Model 2, we need to understand why this car matters so much right now. And honestly, the numbers are pretty scary. According to Experian's latest data from the third quarter of 2025, the average monthly car payment for a new vehicle in America is $748. But wait, there's more. By the fourth quarter, Edmunds reported that number jumped even higher to $772 a month. Oh my goodness, that's almost $800 just for a car payment, and that doesn't even include insurance, gas, or maintenance. But here's the really crazy part. More than 20% of new car buyers are now paying over $1,000 a month for their auto loans. That's 1 in 5 people. And the average loan term? Almost 70 months. That's nearly 6 years of payments, folks. Americans now owe a combined $1.655 trillion in auto loan debt. Trillion, with a T. And about 5% of those loans are already 90 days past due. These are not just numbers on a spreadsheet. These are real families struggling to keep up with payments that are eating their budgets alive. So what sounds like the better deal to you? $750 a month for 6 years on a gas-powered sedan, or the chance to own a brand new Tesla for a fraction of that cost? We think the answer is pretty obvious. But can Tesla actually deliver? Let's dig into the Model 2 and find out. What is the Tesla Model 2, and how cheap can it get? All right, let's get into the big one. Tesla has been working on a next-generation affordable electric vehicle that many in the industry are calling the Model 2. Now, Elon Musk and Tesla executives have publicly acknowledged that they're developing a lower-cost EV platform with a target price of around $25,000. That's already incredible when you consider the average new car in America now costs almost $50,000. But here's where it gets really interesting. Multiple reports and leaked specifications suggest the Model 2 could launch with a starting price somewhere between $15,990 and $20,000, depending on the market and trim level. We're talking about a compact, city-friendly electric vehicle with an estimated range of 250 to 300 miles on a single charge, powered by a 53 kilowatt-hour lithium iron phosphate battery. Awesome! Now, some viral claims floating around the internet have suggested the price could go as low as $12,749. How? Well, back before the federal EV tax credit expired on September 30th of 2025, buyers could get up to $7,500 knocked off the sticker price of qualifying electric vehicles. And on top of that, many states still offer their own incentives, rebates, and tax credits for EV purchases. So if you stack a sub-$20,000 price tag with state-level incentives, you could theoretically get pretty close to that number in certain regions. We believe this is what's driving all the excitement online. Comment sections on EV forums are literally overflowing with people begging for ordering links. And honestly, we get it. A Tesla for under 20 grand would be an absolute game changer. How is Tesla cutting costs by 50%? So here's the question everyone's asking. How on earth can Tesla build a car this cheap and still make money? The answer comes down to 2 words: manufacturing revolution. Tesla has developed what they call the Unboxed Process, and we're confident this is one of the most important innovations in the auto industry in over 100 years. Seriously, think about that. For more than a century, every car manufacturer on the planet has used Henry Ford's assembly line method. You build a metal box, and then you stuff all the parts inside through the doors and openings. It works, but it's slow, it's expensive, and it creates massive bottlenecks. Tesla's Unboxed Process flips the whole thing on its head. Instead of building a box and then filling it, Tesla builds the car in separate modules, like front, rear, battery pack, and floor sections, all at the same time in parallel. Then they snap everything together at the very end. It's like building a Lego set instead of stuffing a turkey. Incredible. And the results? According to Bloomberg and Tesla's own projections from their 2023 Investor Day, this method could reduce total production costs by up to 50% and shrink factory footprints by 40%. That means smaller factories, fewer workers, faster production, and way lower prices for consumers. But that's not all. Tesla is also using their famous GigaPress technology, those massive high-pressure die-casting machines that can produce entire vehicle underbodies in just a few pieces, instead of 70 or more separate stamped and welded parts. For the Model Y alone, the GigaPress reduced rear underbody manufacturing costs by about 40% and eliminated 600 robots from the assembly process. Crazy numbers! And now Tesla is planning to use even more advanced versions of this technology for the Model 2. Have you seen the new 9,000-ton GigaPress machines? They're the size of a house. Star Wars factory vibes, anyone? Now let's talk about what really matters here, your money. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about cool technology. It's about whether regular working families can actually afford to drive a reliable car without going broke. Let's do some quick math. The average new car loan right now is about $42,332. Financed over roughly 69 months at an average interest rate of 6.56%. That's how you get to that $748 monthly payment. But imagine you're buying a Tesla Model 2 at, let's say, $18,000. Even with zero down payment and a 5-year loan at the same interest rate, you're looking at a monthly payment of roughly $350. That's less than half what the average American is paying right now. And if you can put a few thousand down or qualify for state incentives, you could push that payment under $300 a month. In other words, the Model 2 could save a typical family anywhere from $400 to $450 every single month compared to the average new car payment. That's over $5,000 a year back in your pocket. Oh my goodness. And we haven't even talked about the savings on gas. The average American spends about $1,500 a year on fuel. Charging a Tesla at home costs roughly $626 per year. That's another $874 saved annually. Add it all up, the lower monthly payment plus the fuel savings, and we're talking about saving a family close to $6,000 a year. For a lot of folks, especially seniors on Social Security or working-class families living paycheck to paycheck, that kind of money is life-changing. But is the price tag too good to be true? Now, we always want to keep it real with you, and we know some of you are thinking, this sounds way too good to be true. And honestly, that's a fair concern. Let's talk about it. First, fact checkers and industry analysts have pointed out that Tesla has never officially confirmed a price below $25,000 for the Model 2. The ultra-low price claims circulating online, especially numbers like $12,000 or $15,000, are based on speculation, leaked reports, and viral social media posts that haven't been independently verified. We want to be very transparent about that. Second, the federal EV tax credit of $7,500 expired in September of 2025 when the One Big Beautiful Bill Act was signed into law. So any price that assumes a federal credit needs to be recalculated for today's reality. However, many state and local incentives still exist, and some states offer thousands of dollars in rebates for EV purchases. So depending on where you live, you could still see significant discounts. Third, some skeptics have questioned whether Tesla can actually achieve that 50% cost reduction with the Unboxed process. It's a bold claim, and it hasn't been fully proven at mass scale yet. The Mexico Gigafactory that was supposed to be the flagship for this technology has been delayed due to trade policy uncertainties. But here's the thing. Even if the Model 2 launches at $20,000 to $25,000 without any additional incentives, it would still be dramatically cheaper than the average new car in America. And Tesla has a track record of doing things that people said couldn't be done. So we're cautiously optimistic, and we think you should be too. Imagine a world where everyone can afford a Tesla. Now let's paint a picture of what this future could actually look like, because this is the part that gets us really excited. Imagine you're a single mom working 2 jobs, and right now you're spending $800 a month on a used SUV with a 14% interest rate because your credit isn't perfect. Imagine being able to trade that in for a brand new Tesla with a payment under $350, with almost zero maintenance costs and no more trips to the gas station. Imagine the freedom that gives you. Or imagine you're a retiree living on Social Security and your 15-year-old car just broke down for the 3rd time this year. Instead of sinking another $2,000 into repairs, imagine walking into a Tesla showroom and driving out in a brand new electric vehicle that costs less per month than your cable bill. That's the world Elon Musk is trying to build. As he said multiple times, the whole point of Tesla is to accelerate the transition to sustainable energy, and you can't do that if only wealthy people can afford your cars. We believe the Model 2 is the biggest step yet toward making that vision a reality, and we're confident that when this car hits the market, whether it's late 2025 or sometime in 2026, it's going to be one of the most important vehicles Tesla has ever produced. Now we want to ask you, the YouTube viewer, what do you think about the Tesla Model 2? Would you buy one at $20,000? What about 15? And what's the maximum monthly payment you'd consider for a brand new EV? Please let us know your thoughts in the comments below.